America could a guy like me say, I'm a masterpiece in progress? I know I don't look much like a masterpiece. I look different. I look different from many of you. I'm good looking. I drive a Lincoln Town Car. It's a burgundy. And a few years ago, I bartered a deal in Michigan to have my trailer, which is a 5x8 utility trailer, painted to match the car. A week later, I was in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Anybody from North Carolina here? Good, I can say this. Oh, we got one? Where?
Over there.
Oh, where are you from?
Greensboro.
Greensboro, I'm sorry. I was pulling into the Haynes Mall. You know where that is, right?
I do.
Yes. Well, I was pulling into one of those double pull-through parking spaces, and I encountered one of North Carolina's indigenous species, the redneck. Now, Jeff Foxworthy says you might be a redneck if you wear a belt buckle with your initials on it. Check. He also says you might just be a redneck if you wear a tank top and your armpit hairs show. Check. This woman scored on both points. So I'm getting out of the car, and she's standing right by my left headlight, and she starts to speak. And she sounded just like a Southern Edith Bunker. Remember from All in the Family? She said, amazing how you was able to find a trailer the same color as your car. I turned and looked at the trailer, and I looked back at her, and I said, no, ma'am. I said, what's more amazing is I bought the car because it was the same color as the trailer. She said, no kidding. And you think I'm handicapped. People think you're handicapped because of the way you walk, talk, act, dress, or do things. Kids are great. When a little kid's going to stare at you, he's going to flat out stare at you. Had this one little guy, about 5 years old, comes up to me and he points to my hook, and he asked me, he says, is that cool or what? $47,000 this arm cost. My leg cost $10,000. It costs an arm and a leg to make an arm and a leg. But he pointed my hook and he said, what's that? And I said, it's a hook. What you got that for? I said, because I don't have any hands. Why don't you have any hands? I told him I used to bite my fingernails, and one day I went too far. He hadn't bitter clipped his fingernails since the boys got claws. People think you're handicapped because of the way you walk, talk, act, dress, or do things. The question comes to my mind is, are you handicapping yourself? Are you keeping yourself from winning? Now, I know you're thinking handicaps and braces and wheelchairs and crutches, but let me give you a different definition. You see, a real handicap isn't about any of those things. A real handicap is anything that keeps me from becoming or being all that I can be. Think about that. Now, I said in the beginning, I'm a masterpiece. I believe it because I understand. I know who I am, and I know what my gifts are. So let me start out by telling you a little story. You see, I believe that there are three things you need to know. All that I can be, I can be. I have potential. I have possibilities. I am somebody. My name is Jeffrey David Steinberg. And I was that terrible thing that happened to Irving and Ruthie Steinberg 64 years ago. I was born with no arms, mangled, malformed legs. The doctors didn't think I would live. And my mom didn't know anything about my disability until I was almost 17 months old. Not long after that, I was placed into the care of Shriners Hospital for Crippled Children in Philadelphia. And there they operated on my legs to straighten them. And they discovered there was no joint in my right knee, this leg. So they fused the leg back together stiff. They cleaned away valuable growth tissue, and I'll always be 4 feet 6 inches tall. Michael Jordan, eat your heart out. I learned to do all kinds of things with my feet. I learned to write with my feet. You write with your feet? I used to suck my big toe. I even learned to feed myself with my feet. How about it, Keith? Can you feed yourself with your feet?
No.
No?
No.
Can you get your feet to your mouth?
No. That's what I was thinking about. The flexibility is not that good.
That's not what I was told. I was told you were pretty good at putting your feet in your mouth. Well, there goes my pay. 5.5 years in and out of Shriners Hospital, 25 to 35 plus operations. And then I was moved to a home for the kids with disabilities and old people in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Halloween Day, 1960. But while I was there, I learned a truth. I learned that I am made to be awesome and wonderful. You see, it has nothing to do with prosthetics or braces or wheels. All that I can be, I can be. Let's see, I'm a singer, I'm a speaker, I'm a humorist, I'm a narrator, I'm a recording artist, I'm a producer, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I'm incredibly talented, very, very cute, and mostly humble. All that I can be, I can be. And when you know that, you've taken the first step to winning. Why? Why not just teach me better business principles? Why not just teach me deeper inroads into the business? Because if you don't like who you are, there is nobody who's going to want what you have to offer. If you don't believe it, you can't sell it. Because when you do business, the first thing you sell is you. That leads me to the second one. Now, once I know that it's a possibility, all that I can be, I must be. You see, once you know that you can, it no longer becomes an option, it has to become a mandate. Because to settle for anything else is to settle for less. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I know enough about Keith from having just met him to know that less is never good enough. I have to do more. I have to be more. I must be. That brings me to the third point. all that I can be, I choose to be. Because you gotta want it bad enough not to care what anybody thinks. I pulled into the state troopers barracks in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and I walked up to the trooper and I handed him my learner's permit, and he looked up at me and he looked down at the learner's permit and he looked up at me, and then he grabbed his clipboard and he said, "Let's go." He got in the car and we did all the things that you do in Pennsylvania. The figure eight, the serpentine, the U-turn, the K-turn. Anybody know what a K-turn is? 3-point turn. That's right. And then he said, "Let's go out on the highway, US 22 in Pennsylvania, the most dangerous highway in the Northeast." So we drove all around the city and we pulled back in, and as I was pulling in, I looked at him and I said to him, "Did I pass? Did I pass? Did I pass?" And he looked over at me and rather dignified like he said, "Passed." And apparently so had he. Because when he got out of the car, there was a spot on the seat. And you think I'm handicapped. Now you got all three of these, and you got all that I can be, I can be. You got all that I can be, I must be. And then you got all that I can be, I choose to be. And you put it all together, and then you get all that I can be, I shall be. Yeah. That's the moment of resolve. I can do that. Walk up to Keith and say, "Whatever you need, I can do that." Tell each other, this is going to be the greatest year ever. Because we can do that together. All that I can be, I can be. Because I'm a masterpiece. When the last stroke is painted and the brush is laid down, it's exactly what he had in mind.